have a mentor named Glow. She always says, you deserve what you desire. And I've been having a really tough time lately recognizing what it is I desire. A lot of times I feel like I've gone through this life asking what everyone else wants, especially in hospitality, because that's the question, right? You know, what would you like to drink? What would you like to eat? Where would you like to go? What do you want to do today? And for the longest time, since I was a kid, I remember just answering that question. Like, Katie, what do you want to eat? Katie, where do you want to go? And I'd answer, I don't know. I don't care. What do you think? Where do you want to go? And I don't even know at what age it started. I don't know at what age I stopped answering that question with an honest answer. You know, I want to go to the pool. I want to go eat ice cream. I want to go see my friends. You know, I can like kind of picture it. I can kind of remember it, but not as vividly as saying, I don't care. I don't know. It's up to you. And this has been a thread, a knot, like the biggest knot ever. I've been trying to unravel for years now. Years. And this last year, I've become very, very aware of it. Like before I was aware of it, but it wasn't as... It's almost like I wasn't as keen to know the answer. I was okay still saying, it's okay to not know. It's okay to like just go with the flow. It's okay to, you know, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you just don't know. And the more this year goes on, this year of no plans, for those of you who are new here, thank you so much for watching. My name's Katie, and I've been documenting this year of no plans, where I basically left my 20 years in hospitality to take some time off and figure out what it is I want to be doing and where I want to live and who I want to be and who I want to share it with. And that's what this video is today, that question, or that saying, you deserve what you desire, and literally not knowing what it is I desire is starting to make me crazy. It's starting to make me feel like, again, have I ever known? Have I ever had a choice? Was I, you know, I was the youngest of 3 siblings, so I have an older brother and sister, quite a bit older than me, 10 years older than me. So understandably, you know, on a trip, on a car ride somewhere, whatever, I'm sure, you know, as a baby, you know, I don't get to say where we're going to go. And so when the choices started to become mine, you know, I do remember several times it being like, ew, no, we don't want to go there, that kind of thing. And so I think I just stopped, like recognizing what was something I really wanted to do or really wanted to eat. And now it's becoming I'm finding it to be very hard to move forward in this year of no plans. And someone said to me the other day, they're like, you have so many options. And I feel so blessed. Like, I do not take it lightly that I have so many options. And also, I have so many options that I'm almost frozen in this no man's land of too many options. And it's not that I want to it's not that I'm scared I'll make the wrong choice, because I've leaped so many times in this life. I've changed directions. I've left countries. I've like, change does not scare me. So it's not that I'm afraid of making the wrong choice. It's that I'm afraid that my choice will lock me into something for longer than I want to be locked in. And I'm recognizing that freedom for me is very, very important. And even if I lived in a place for a few years, that's okay. As long as I can leave, I can come and go whenever I please. And that's why working remotely was very attractive to me. And I loved working remotely. However, once it became apparent that working remotely wouldn't work if I was in a different country, like staying on US business hours and things is important, and to this company that I was working for. And I realized that even though I could be in a whole country, East Coast to West Coast, like, it was almost too it wasn't enough freedom. Isn't that crazy? Like, I honestly, like, I am no stranger to work. I've worked hard my whole life. I've worked multiple jobs over multiple years, sometimes not having time off for months at a time, years at a time, or just taking time off, but a weekend off, but not having, a 2-week vacation. I've done it all. I've committed to places and jobs and collaborations and all sorts of things. And as soon as it feels like the walls are closing in, or the territory is suddenly coming, to a close, it's like, nope, I don't want that. Even in yachting, there's a lot of boats with great programs, and they do, Florida, Bahamas every year. That's their program. Some do the Mediterranean and the Bahamas. And even that, it's like, that's great. I could do it for a year or two, but what's next? What's next? Where are we going to next? I want to keep going and keep expanding and keep moving and changing. And with all of that, it's like, what can I find that will help me have all of that? Have the freedom to live anywhere I want, have the freedom to move around. And I think that's partly why I've been experimenting with YouTube and sharing these stories, is because I feel like there's more people out there that I'm sure feel this way. And how are you guys doing it? How are you guys having this freedom life and still earning a living, still being able to, pay for food, pay for lodging, and work and live remotely, I would love to hear from you in the comments, just your thoughts, suggestions, what you think. I'm still working on my guidebook. It's called Book the Damn Flight, and I'm really excited to release that. I think it'll be super helpful. It's a practical guide to actually booking tickets and things like that. And also, it's got stories like this in there where I talk about things that happened along my travels and why, kind of not a cautionary tale, but if you're planning to go, if you're planning to get a visa, keep this in mind and check the rules and regulations. Here's a story why, that kind of thing. So I hope it's not only fun and exciting and insightful, but also helpful to actually book the trip you've been talking about. Stop waiting for someday. So anyway, that's my story today. As Glow says, and I'll put her channel in my description. She's a wonderful, wonderful mentor. But as Glow says, you deserve what you desire. So keep chasing it, and I'm gonna continue to as well. Thanks for being here. Bye.